Hi, Brina. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Jethro.
uh,
I'm so ecstatic.
Me too. Junior called me last night. I wasn't able to answer it.
I think Junior's here. I just admitted him.
Okay.
Hey Junior, what's up?
What's up, Junior?
So so I really thank you for. I'd like to thank Jethro for and
Mm.
Sabrina and Junior for reaching
Yeah.
to each other, and I really want you guys to meet
Mm.
because you guys are like-minded individuals. And
Mm.
Jethro here is like, oh my goodness, Jet, you gotta show them, you gotta show them your documentary about your mom. That's one of the
Okay.
best documentaries I've ever seen. And yeah, so Jet, if you don't mind, share your story and your background to Sabrina and Junior.
Yeah, maybe I can talk about the film because you know that encapsulates my experience. It's called My Revolutionary Mother. It's about my mother who was a political activist in the Philippines and was forced to immigrate in the United States more than 20 years ago because you know it became really dangerous for her. They were being killed one by one by the military, and as a result, you know immigrated here and she was separated from the family, and but she was able to position the kids except for me, so I was the only one left behind. And you know after 20 years when we got reunited, I decided to film our encounter. And you know there's a lot of emotions. I confronted her about my feelings of abandonment as a child, and it's really about the lesson about serving the greater purpose, or being present for your family. So that's what the film is about. You can watch it online. You just type My Revolutionary Mother. It's an immigrant story, and coming to a new land as a gay man, and as also reconciling with your past. So I hope you like it when you watch it. So that's sort of my short form of my story. I'm excited to hear your stories. I've heard a little bit about Junior. And I'm excited to hear about Sabrina's as well.
Okay, well, I'm Sabrina. I live in San Francisco, of course, naturally. I've been a targeted individual since 2010, which I can prove, but I
Hmm.
believe I've been a targeted individual since birth. I was born into a Masonic family,
Yes.
and it's just been a lot going on, and it's been a real hard journey for me waking up into the reality that I am a targeted individual, especially
Hmm.
when the electronic harassment started. And then
Mm.
I also have kids by a man who is in law enforcement. His
Hmm.
father's law enforcement, so he's also a Freemason. So it made it real easy for them to like set me up, give me CPS cases. I get arrested a lot. That's just my story in a spiel. I tried to run from it. I moved to Vegas. I moved to San Diego, but it followed me everywhere. And so now I'm back home in San Francisco fighting this fight, and it's very hard because I have kids too.
Mm.
So I'm in this
Yeah.
fight with my children. So that's a little
Mm.
spiel about me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great to hear it. And just know that you have.
Junior, if you saying something, we can't hear you.
Yeah. Junior, I think you're muted. Your mic is muted.
And hi,
Ah,
Cinnamon.
there you
Hey
go.
Sabrina, by the way, I want to say happy birthday to your daughter.
Oh, yes.
Happy birthday. Hmm?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, she's out there. Today's my daughter's birthday, so
Happy birthday.
thank you. Hey,
All
only
right.
we have a new member online. Who's Cinnamon?
Cinnamon. Hey,
And
Cinnamon. And Dylan too. Welcome, Dylan and Cinnamon. Would you guys like to share your story? Introduce yourself. Cinnamon. I'm gonna ask Cinnamon to unmute. Dylan.
I'm craving for sweets now because of the name Cinnamon.
So
Unmute. We want to hear the stories.
yes, Cinnamon and Dylan.
I don't know why I was handpicked for this journey, but maybe it's a time for exposure. We have to expose what has been happening for so long. So many people have been suffering from this.
Yes, I actually shared my story to Jethro once because that was last year, and I don't understand what's going on at first. Like it's been years since they've been doing this, so I don't understand. So I tried to share it to Jethro, and Jethro was like, he was listening to me at the same time. He was like surprised on when I was telling the stories. Like, wow, that is crazy, man. And I was like, yes, it is crazy.
Yeah, so it is true, it is happening. Unfortunately, it is happening to San Francisco, which should be a sanctuary cities for people like me who came all the way from Africa
And
to seek
yes,
asylum
I
here,
agree.
only to become a targeted individual.
Yeah.
This is death.
And I literally thought, and I literally thought that I was the only one. And I thought I'm going crazy, and I was like, there's got to be somebody else, right? So I tried reaching to Jethro. I tried reaching to some of my friends. I told them my story, but it's for them listening to me at the first time. It's impossible to grasp the whole concept of it, and I don't have anything to show to them. So I started recording. It's like, what is going on? And I started looking at Google, and then like my first Google search was even like stalking 24/7. And when I typed that, boom, gang stalking, boom, targeted individual. And then I was like, can I search it on Facebook? And when I started looking at Facebook, like, whoa, targeted individual groups, hundreds of them. And it started adding, and that's where I met Sabrina. I met Junior was the first targeted individual that I had a video chat, and then Sabrina, and then we started organizing a group and trying to build a Facebook group and social media presence.
By the way, I met Sabrina. She's just amazing. She's a beautiful woman. She's kind. She was hugging me all the time when we were together. She would just let me hug you.
So,
Okay, so Cinnamon did respond in the chat. She says hi, and she's gonna just listen for a while. So as TIs, we all have to get accustomed to this to see who we
Yes.
have. So that's totally understandable. And we have some other members on now too.
yeah, it says 3 people have entered the waiting room for this meeting. So if they're in the waiting room, how can they get in?
Go to the participants.
Participants.
It would say somebody's waiting, or I can
Yeah, participants, and then
in the waiting room.
admit all. Ah, I see. Okay. Joining.
Admit.
So join. So Lisa, Pamela.
Yeah.
So
admit
everyone's
them all.
here. Hey, everybody.
Show yourself. Let's see you on camera.
Hey.
Ingrid. Hey, Ingrid.
Oh, that's Ingrid.
Yeah.
She made it.
I
You
bet-
can't hear me, Ingrid.
Hey, Ingrid, unmute your microphone. Your microphone is muted.
I'm
Ingrid.
unmuted. Sorry.
Ah,
I just got here. Sorry, I'm running late.
no worries. We just got started. So if you don't mind, share a story and your background and when it started and why you become a target individual.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like when I think back, it probably was starting way before I knew it because there were weird things that were happening. But I noticed it probably in 2016. I don't know. All I can say is that I met a lot of different men on what do you call that? Craigslist before they shut the meeting people down. And after that, just then a lot of, and also on Kick. And then, yeah. And then I don't know, all of a sudden just weird stuff. Like they started saying, gaslighting me, weird things, trying to make me feel bad about myself, just like weird things. I'm like, dude, it's okay. I'm not that into you. You don't have to like lie and do these things. So like it was this honeypot thing. Like I've had numerous.
Have you experienced any gang stalking?
Oh yeah, like that. I remember Like I would go outside and walk to the store, and there would be people with the same kind of clothing I had on, like same colors and stuff. And then all of a sudden, the same places I would go to go eat or go buy things, all of a sudden there would just be mobs of people there, saying weird things to me, people approaching me.
People that you don't even know.
Yes, like just weird stuff. And
Do they take pictures or video to you? Like
I have taken some, but you know, there's a part of me that feels like then I feel like I'm the stalker because I keep videoing people. And oftentimes when I video something that actually looks like someone's doing something,
yeah.
they disappear. I don't know where they go. They all of a sudden disappear from my phone, from my camera, kind of no matter what I do. So, except if I do Facebook Live, sometimes that works. But if I have it on my phone, no matter what, if it's something that to me looks like it can be clear evidence, like for instance, you know, I'll wake up at 2:00 in the morning or something and I'll go leave my apartment building to go smoke a cigarette. Like, why are there all these cars at 2:00 in the morning? I don't live in a place that it would be that busy.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden there's cars everywhere, or there's people dragging their dogs outside so they can walk them.
It's
Like, I'm like, why are you dragging that dog outside? The dog doesn't have to use the restroom.
I call that noise harassment.
Noise.
And I've experienced it by myself. It's a quiet neighborhood, and all of a sudden when I got there, sports cars, literally sports cars, just stepping on their gas and zooming past the house where I rented for 2 months. And
Right.
and then I asked my landlord, like, is this normal to this neighborhood? He's like, I've never heard of them before. And I was like, this is the first time sports cars coming into the neighborhood. And I was like,
Do you guys mind if I can record this?
yeah, record please. I'm recording this video conference. So
Yeah.
so have you ever experienced being micro harassed, say in a grocery store?
Well, at home in my apartment. So this is the reason why I think it started before I know. Obviously, they say it starts. They gather their intel or whatever it is they do before they actually make you aware that they're targeting you. Before I noticed, I was getting some heart problems. Like I had pains in my chest, and I thought like it was just anxiety because I had an anxiety attack leading up to that. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it's just anxiety. And I kept going to the doctor and they kept saying, no, there's nothing. They kept testing me. They tested my heart. There was nothing wrong with it. They went as far as to do an MRI because they thought, well, maybe she has blood clots or something.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, maybe that had something to do with it at that point. I don't know. But when I think back, I'm like, yeah, maybe that's when it started. Like I was getting the heart thing, and then all of a sudden it kind of stopped, and the doctor said there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing wrong with your heart. I mean, they did a stress test, the whole 9 yards. Now where I live, I'm always twitching, like not always, but occasionally.
Me too.
And something really weird happened. One night I was laying in the bed, and then all of a sudden I was like, it was like some force had grabbed me. And I couldn't move, and I was like, no, or something, and then it just stopped. But it was really weird. Like, I was like, what in the heck is that? But on a daily basis, just mostly twitching.
Me too.
Super hot all of a sudden. And granted, I am menopausal, sort of, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird, like the stuff that yeah.
The way you describe it is the same thing happened to me. So I'm asking you now, just for confirmation, do we know each other before this meeting? We don't, right?
No.
We never talk about our experiences together, right?
No.
But somehow we're similar in our experiences.
Yeah, Owen, let everyone else check in too. I think we have a lot of other
Yes.
people too.
So there is Lisa just joined in. Lisa yourself.
I did waiting room. Who else is in the waiting room? Participants. Who else? I'm not good at this Zoom
Do you
thing.
see somebody in the waiting room?
I don't see anybody in the waiting room. Can you
Does it
check?
say somebody's waiting? But if it doesn't say nobody's waiting, nobody's waiting.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying
Turn
to.
the light on so
Let
my
Kelly
earphones
check
in.
in or Lisa check in, Pam.
So everybody, thank you for joining. Also, in Ingar, your name, right?
Ingrid.
Ingrid.
My name is actually Ingrid. On the Facebook, it's Ingmar.
Which city are
Okay.
you from? Where are you? Which city? Which state are you in?
I live in Bothell, Washington.
Oh, I see.
Why?
Okay. So thank you, Ingrid, for sharing your story. So
Sure.
I'd like to welcome also other people who are first time to join our Zoom meeting, and thank you. And if you guys would like to share your story, if you guys could share a little bit of your background and why you become a targeted individual. So let's start with Cinnamon, Kelly Brown, Lisa. Would you guys like to share?
Please come forward. Come forward. Cinnamon, Lisa, come forward.
Junior, let Lisa talk. She unmuted herself.
Yes, Lisa.
Hello. Hi. So yes, this is my first time joining, so thank you for organizing this. We truly appreciate it. First of all, my name is Lisa Goodermuth, and I live in Venice, Florida, which is just about an hour south of Tampa. I don't know if you guys know much about Florida, and I think it's probably everywhere nowadays, but there's a lot of military here, and there's a lot of gang stalking.
Yeah.
One of the major players for the gang stalkers has an office about 60 miles away from where I live. So it's a gang stalker's paradise around here. I 100% know the reason why I'm targeted. I know who's behind it. It's being done to silence me now it's being done in retaliation, but it's being done to silence me. There's somebody who I had a brief association with in my life back in 2017 that had very high political connections and things like that. So I know why it's happening, and it honestly, I've been gang stalked since January of 2018 when I moved from Fort Myers, Florida to Venice, Florida. I have circumstantial evidence that many of my neighbors are involved. They were definitely involved in the gang stalking. I don't know how involved they are in what is happening to me right now. So I have evidence of that. Since March 8th of 2020, I have been followed by the military drones every single night. As soon as I realized what was happening, I took them on a 12-state tour to gather evidence. I even went as far as going to Green Bank, West Virginia, which is the National Radio Quiet Zone, and they followed me there and beamed me there. They started out with the do, and then they stopped that when they put me in the emergency room. And then after that, now it's just been 100% electronic harassment.
Wow.
So I have listening devices in both of my ears. So I actually went to Mexico to Michael Chapella, and he actually took out that, I don't know if you guys know who he is. Has anybody heard of him?
I saw an article. Can you write down his name on the chat so we could do a research on him?
Yeah. Let me do it when I'm done talking.
Okay.
He has a device. He's located in Mexico, and it's basically just an EMP device. And I know several TIs have been to him. He did not cure me from it, but it did take out about 3 of the implants. I believe that I had implants in my feet. My feet or my legs, and my groin, and my chest. I have 2 listening devices in my ears and 1 in my hand. And this device actually took out the implants in my feet, and there was also one in my face and my cheek where my optical nerve is. That device took out those 3 implants. August 3rd, I'm actually going out to Utah to AAA security to get scanned. One of the other TIs had told me about this scanning process. So I'm going out to Utah. I've already made the appointment, and I'm going to get scanned to find out or to confirm what I think I already know, so that I can continue down the path of, fighting this ungodly, horrible genocide that we're being put through.
Yes, this is great information, Lisa. And if you could forward those informations to us, I am planning to have myself scanned as well, but I don't know how.
Yeah. The thing is that I need to, it's kind of by word of mouth, so I have to be very careful. But I want to talk to the person that gave me the information and make sure that it's okay for me to give it out. because this person, obviously what's happening to Michael Chapella in Mexico is he actually moved to Mexico because the U.S. government's trying to kill him to stop him from doing what he's doing. He's had numerous incidents the last 6 months trying to prevent him from doing it. That's why his operation is right across the border in Mexico.
Wow.
So I need to be very careful with that. But he's public on Facebook, so him I don't have an issue giving you the information because he's telling anyone and everyone that he's doing it. It was only $300, and I was a little scared, and it felt kind of sketchy being a woman walking across the border and meeting a strange man and going and do that. But he has spent the last 10 years studying this technology and has built this device that is basically an EMP or a Rife machine. I think it's a combination of something. So I will make sure that I give you guys all that information when I can. So I am 100%, I am technically a new TI. I've only been going through this hell for 4 months. But there's no way in hell I'm going to go through this for very much longer because I'm not going to allow them to continue to do what they're doing to me. I will find a way, somehow, some way to get this stuff out of my ears or to disable it some way. And that's the journey that I'm on right now, is trying to find a way to minimize or disable it. And I've found ways to minimize it, but I haven't been able to get the signal. It's all about the signal. We have to learn how to disconnect from the signal. And once we learn how to disconnect from the signal, then we can worry about getting the implants removed and all of that.
Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at with everything.
And thank you for sharing your story, Lisa. And that's a really good information, and we love to hear more about it and update. If you can update us on the Facebook group, because I really filtered our Facebook group, and if I ever see any sign of a perp in our Facebook group, I will remove them instantly.
Yeah, like I said, Michael Chapella, I'll definitely share because he's public. This other person that does the scans, I think it's by word of mouth, so I want to ask that person if it's okay if I share it.
Okay.
Because I really don't want him to. Let me tell you a quick story about Michael Chapella. So Michael Chapella actually built a device and sold this device to a doctor in North Carolina who was actually targeted. And when there was issues with the delivery of the device, and something happened, and they actually beat up and tried to kill the doctor. And he actually showed me pictures of the doctor's face being beat up. That's how badly they don't want this stuff to get out. So I need to be cognizant of any information that I share, making sure that it's not going to get the people.
But there have to be exposure. They have to be exposed. We cannot keep on being silent and hiding it. It has to be exposed so that people, because they're doing smear campaign, they're smearing your name and everybody else's name. We need to get it out there to the public.
Yes.
No, I understand. We definitely need to get our story out there, but I'm not going to jeopardize anybody else's life who is trying to help me. That's what I'm saying, without their consent.
Yeah,
It's all about getting their consent. If they give me their consent, I will share it with everybody.
Yes, and I understand.
In the chat, I gave you my information if you can see it, and I totally understand. I just moved from San Diego where the military was on me. My parents are also TIs. They worked for the federal government, and my dad was in the military as well. But I would definitely like you to pass that information on. I work for United Airlines, so I fly for free anyway. But I'm definitely trying to get all this resolved, not just for you, for us, for everybody. This is ridiculous. I'm
Yes.
gonna pass it back to Owen.
So Lisa,
Yes.
If one thing that I can recommend you to share the information, I suggest Sabrina. Share your information to Sabrina. You don't have to share it to everybody. Email Sabrina, and I guarantee you, I will vouch for her.
As soon as I physically do the scan, and if I think it's going to give the results that I think it's going to give, then I will share it.
Okay,
100%.
awesome.
But I'm not going to. I just put Michael Chapella's name out there. I will share it, but I don't want to share something and get everybody all excited that something's going to work if I don't myself know that it's going to work.
Yes, we understand.
And so I want to get through that August 3rd meeting when I fly out west and get that done.
Awesome.
And then as soon as I do that, then I will definitely, like I said, let everybody know. It's very expensive, and I think that's why a lot of TIs maybe don't know about it or haven't been able to do it, it's not cheap.
Yes.
I will say that. But it is 100% critical evidence that can be used to prove that this is happening, because a lot of people don't believe us. Like my sister-in-law, when the drones were up at the house in Indiana, she goes, "Oh, those are just stars." I said, "No, they're not. They are
No, they're not. They're not stars.
Yeah.
They are not stars. They flicker and they move." And so
And they
when she
move
first
around.
exactly when she first said that to me, I said, "Judy, they're not stars." And then she actually was my witness and saw it happen. So that's why I went on a little 12-state tour, because I have pictures and evidence of about 90 different locations of these drones, and they actually have a pattern, and they rotate and they move. Like mine start when it gets dark, and then they end sometime anywhere between 2 and 5 o'clock in the morning. And then sometimes they sit on my house all day. It just depends on what the situation is.
Yes.
But I've gathered a lot of information the last 90 days that I can share with you about these drones, what they are, how they operate, because I think a lot of TIs don't even know that they have drones over them,
Yes.
but they do.
I take pictures of mine. They move directions all the time.
Right. So anyways, that's my story. And, I have a lot of information to share, but I don't want to monopolize all the time to give
thank you.
Everybody else. So more to come on that. Okay.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it, Lisa. Thank you very much for sharing your story.
You're very welcome.
So let's get the table to Kelly. Kelly, I saw you a while ago. Would you like to share a little bit of your background and why you become a TI, Kelly Brown? And unmute your mic, please.
Hi, it's my first time using Zoom. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Hi, Kelly.
Yes. Hi, it's my first time using this, so.
Oh, no worries.
God, So mine started in the year 2016. Just weird stuff just kept happening around. But it all started as a result of having some information about some local criminal gangs, and then they just parking outside my house. I'm getting a lot of harassment at the moment. That's why I look so terrible. It's because I've just been getting a lot of harassment from the neighbors in the street. Like I'll do something in my house, for example, and then like someone will do something outside, make me aware that they're watching me in my house. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes total sense.
So let me give an example of that. So think of something that's happened recently. So I have just for example, I have a clothes rack in my living room that's like got a lot of like stuff on it. And then literally I'll walk up the road and one of the houses up the road will have something more or less identical. But you know that it's like their way of saying that we're watching you. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Yeah, so it sounds like really crazy, but to me it just reinforces what I think. But whenever I communicate it with people, I sound crazy. Hello?
No, you're not crazy.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy at all, Kelly. We believe you.
They don't only target me; they're targeting my son, and they've targeted my mum. My mum passed away on the 14th of May. And when I went to the hospital, when she went in, we didn't expect her not to come home. But even me and my brother, we picked up that some of the behavior of the staff was really weird.
Permission to interrupt. The Zoom says we only have 10 more minutes before it ends. So,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sabrina, how do we do this one? How do we continue after 10 minutes?
You could just re-log back in.
Oh, relog back in?
Yeah, with the same link.
Okay. So everybody, if in case the meeting ends up abruptly, just log back in. Okay? Okay. All right. Continue, Kelly. Sorry.
Yes, so I get like followed a lot with cars and vans. I'm trying to think of other weird things and conversations like with some of my friends. Like I thought they were my friends, but sometimes when they spend time with me, they like say like really weird stuff that makes me aware that they know stuff. Like, for example, I haven't paid my water bill, and one of my friends started talking to me about it, but I hadn't gave her that information. Like, I'd never told her that. So it's like stuff like that. And going to the supermarket,
Oh yeah.
I find quite stressful.
They micro harass
Yeah.
you. Micro harassment. I call it micro harassment.
Yeah,
So
where
all your stories, same thing happened to us, and definitely this group will sincerely try to help each and every one of us. We just take one step at a time. The answer will not be immediately available, but we will fight for this one. And one of my friends, Jethro. Hey Jet, are you still there?
I'm here.
Yes. So Jethro is a film director. He's an award-winning film director. And one of my plan of a tool is to make a documentary about us, about TIs, make our voices heard. And I will ask Jethro if he is available maybe in the near future to help us with our film, with our documentary, and let's gather all our stories and with Jethro's help. Jethro is a non-TI, just for you guys to know. He's a non-TI.
He's an ally. I know, we know it. He's an ally.
Jethro is a non-TI. He's an LGBTQA activist, and he's been my friend since we were in high school. And we've been here in the U.S. We've met and we sang together. So that's our background. And he's here to support us and get our voices heard. So with that said, I will try and do my best to compile all our stories, all our evidences to make a documentary. So
yeah, for me it's quite oh god, it's fine.
Ingrid had a question before this session closes, before we log back in.
yes, Ingrid, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. So the whole grocery store thing or family or friends thing, I'm wondering how is that done? Because I absolutely don't think that my family is in on it. Maybe some friends I might know, but there's some people in my family that I absolutely know have nothing to do with it. But I have a feeling that we're made to think that. So then we sever ties with everyone because, and I think they count on, I mean, this is just my intuition. I have no real evidence about this. But I'm just saying my intuition tells me that they want you to sever ties with people who can actually be there and support you. And somehow they're able to do that to them. And they count on us interpreting things that people do as threats. So if I get in an argument with one of my children about something, then all of a sudden I start saying, oh, they're in on it or whatever. Or I've had conversations with people who I'm sure were perpetrators, and they would say things like, yeah, we live in a simulation and your kids are just a part of it and they're there. I'm just wondering, what are other people's thoughts about their family members and just general, because to me, if 90% of people in the world are in on it, then we would know, then people would know that. Doesn't seem like it's plausible for 90% of the people in my town or 90% of my family members to be in on some sinister plot.
Well,
so I'm just wondering. What are people thinking, their thoughts about how they do that?
My
This is
opinion.
Kelly. Kelly. Hello, Kelly and Pamela.
Oh,
I have an advice for you, right? Because I've been TI since 2013. And to handle this, like in the grocery shop, learn to ignore. Just ignore them. Pretend you're deaf, pretend you're blind, you don't see them, and you will not get so, upset. That's just my say about it.
Ingrid, I disagree. Every TI experience is different, and if you do your research, your story is gonna be different from my story or Owen's story or someone else's story. My family is definitely involved. It's half of the. I grew up with Kamala Harris in my household. I'm from a very political family, and they are Freemasons and Eastern Stars. All of my perpetrators, I have tracked them down to Masonic lodges because it's public information and they have websites. Down to my teachers, down to my kids' teachers, to my 22-year-old daughter that just kicked out, and it's all Mason. So half of my family is winning. Some of them, you see them acting on the secret lights of pets and stuff, and the other half have been set up. CPS cases, kids taken away. I've had 6 CPS cases for no apparent reason. I have another cousin that said, she's older than me, that said she's being set up by her father, which is my uncle, and I never believed her. She said the government was in on it. Now that I'm older and I got set up by some of my same family members, Kamala Harris included, my
Kamala Harris included. Hey, I have so much respect for Kamala Harris, but now, I don't know.
Okay, so to answer Ingrid's question, just so you know, I got divorced 2017. Everything was taken from me. My family, my kids, my family, my kids, the house, car, everything. So I believe that it was my ex-in-laws that put me on the list, and I believe that my ex-father-in-law was a Mason or know someone who's a Mason. So that's my answer to Ingrid. So with that said, everybody, and I hope we have only 2 minutes before the meeting will get interrupted, and we just need to re-log in. So with that said, I compiled a few informations.
There's gonna be another link, or it's the same link?
Same link.
Same link. It's always the same link. Every meeting.
So
Yeah.
so I would like to ask Sabrina if there's any updates for the location permit, if you ever had a chance.
Oh, I put it in the chat. It was the first one, the whole website. Hold on, let me do it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in,
Yeah.
and if you guys pull up the link, that's the whole permit requirements, and it's various permits. So I don't know who's gonna need
Yeah.
what type of permit we wanted. We have a place of entertainment permit. You also have. I think we should do the one-time outdoor event permit,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because that also comes with entertainment and amplified sound.
Yes. So for those people who are new here, we are setting up a rally in San Francisco. We still need to determine the date, and we're still trying to get a permit. So that's what Sabrina is doing right now, and
This
hopefully
is where it all started in my case, San Francisco. So this is where the rally is gonna take place.
it is. And thank you, Sabrina, for doing your research, and hopefully we could get more information and apply a one day permit to set up the rally.
And then, yeah, I also know that the other, I forget his name. He was supposed to be looking for domestic violence.
It's Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yeah, but he never replied to my email. I emailed him twice, and I'm not sure what happened. So I'm gonna reassign it to whoever is available. So I'll talk to.
I found a link and I put it in the chat now.
Oops.
Oh,
Hey, what's happening?
Okay, everybody.
Hopefully they could get back in.
all you have to do is re-hit the link. It always does
Yep.
that.
So let me bump the post and
I like saving the chat. You know, when you open up the chat and you hit those three dots, it gives you the option. You can save it and stuff.
so I was talking to my activist friend from New York. She's a non-TI. Her name is Marisa Torres, and she's the one with the 9,000 members in her humanitarian group. She's a psychologist. It's like, oh my goodness. She used to work in the medical field, and as usual, I talked to her, and she thinks that I am imagining things. So, but I totally understand her because it's new to her. So, I told her that's okay, Marissa. Whatever you think on your side, it's fine with me. I don't get offended. She's my friend for a long time. She's a hardcore activist. She's an atheist though, and she fights for atheism, and she's very logical. She likes to have hardcore evidence, and I totally understand her. So I'm trying to talk to her more, and I showed her some videos, and I don't want to convince her because it's hard to convince when
anybody is in the waiting room on too. You're the host now.
Oh,
so.
okay. Somebody's in the waiting room. Okay, there's let's see. There's 4 participants.
Oh no, just be checking. I was just letting you know I just made you host, so I won't be able to see.
Oh, okay, no worries. So.
Oh, and then also I got cut off on the Zoom, but as far as domestic violence groups that would take us, I put a link in the chat just now that I found. I mean, it's not much. I still haven't, La Casa de la Madres haven't gotten back to me to see if we can really hold our support groups there.
Okay.
Even though I speak about it, but there's different organizations. I put the link in the chat.
Yep, I saw that one, and I will look on that link, and we'll do some research. So the 2 important things that we need to do right now is the permit for the location and for the non-profit.
Yeah, we have to start the non-profit organization.
Yeah. So I will try to reach out some people because I don't want to overload you, Sabrina, because you are very busy. So I will try to handle the non-profit, see if I could, and you will be on the information on the permit. So Junior, would you like to help Sabrina, assist her?
Of course.
Okay, so coordinate with Sabrina and how you could help secure the location permit. Okay?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to come up, raise funds or something, figure out which one. So we know. Yeah, Junior, we'll hook up. I'm gonna call you.
Okay, so Pamela is in the waiting room. So I let Pamela join. So for Kelly and Pamela, I'd like to ask you guys a few questions. What contribution would you like to do in our group, and how would you like to help build our community?
Well, let me put my
Hello.
hello, how are you? Well, I'm in England, so obviously I understand
Are you?
I can't help with. I'm in
Are you in
England, yeah.
Me too. Where? I'm excited now. Where in
I'm in
England?
Oxford.
I used to live in Abingdon.
Oxford, but not far
No.
from Abingdon.
No, but I am now in Avery. But
Where are you?
I am now in Avery in Wiltshire.
Mm-hmm.
In Wiltshire. I would like to meet up with you. My goodness, it's really bad in Oxford. You know, I've been to Oxford a few times, and the gang stalking is really bad. The gang stalking is really bad.
Stalking is extreme here at the
Oh my
moment.
God, really? Oh my God, yes.
So
Just like the police cars, ambulance, as if there's a terrorist in the road. You know, the way they really gang stalk with it. It is really bad in Oxford.
So I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion to Pam and Kelly. How about you guys?
Yeah.
How about you guys linked up and let's form.
Yes.
So let's form a
Yeah.
UKTI chapter. Would that be
Yes.
would that be a good thing to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you do?
Sorry.
So what
Yeah,
you do
I'm
is
sorry.
contact all UKTIs
Yeah.
and organize. Start making your specific Zoom meetings if you can.
Yeah.
If not, then we will help you set up a Zoom meeting and let us know any updates that you can. Just gather names, gather emails for TIs in UK. Set up a TI UK chapter. That would be awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Owen. I'm just glad that I saw one from England. You know, I was looking for other TIs in Oxford area, in Oxford, and I cannot find any. And except for, supposedly Dr. Horton comes from Oxford, but she doesn't live there anymore. Catherine Horton, she was first targeted in Oxford. But they are really bad there. The gang stalking is really bad. The electronic harassment is really bad.
So
Here in England, huh?
So
Here
Pam
in
and Kelly,
England.
so Pam and Kelly, after this meeting, if it's okay, you guys connect each other and share information and
Well,
number and email.
We can meet
So you
for a
have-
coffee if you like.
Yes, of course. Do you have Facebook?
I have Facebook, yeah.
Connections.
Yeah, we are all in the group.
Yeah.
So Kelly is in
Yeah,
our
yeah,
group.
yeah.
So Kelly is in our group.
I'm so
Pamela.
happy.
So Pamela.
We'll go for a coffee.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course, yeah. You're welcome to come here. This is Avery, huh? This is it's a World Heritage area.
Oh,
That's awesome.
yeah. And I'd like to get out of this area.
Yeah. You come here. Yeah, really. Yes, please.
That's
Oh,
awesome,
my God.
and I'm very
And I will
happy.
invite other people from Bristol. There's one in Bristol. There's one in Trowbridge.
So
Did you go
Yeah.
to the protest last year? Did you go to the protest last year? The protest in
I
London.
don't. No, I don't know. This is my first time joining groups, so I didn't know that there were so many other people around.
Oh goodness! You should have joined us. 'Cause every year I go there to London. We organize something. But anyway, thank you, Owen. Thank you.
Yes.
Everyone. Finally, everyone from England.
So Pam,
welcome.
Kelly, please reach out to each other and reach out
Yeah.
as more TIs as you can in UK and invite them to join our group because this is very important because if we are united then we could fight back. We could really fight back. So thank you,
Oh,
Jen.
I said, when it comes to helping, right? Because it's really a bit hard with the with the money bit in this pandemic. But by next year, when this is all done, this is finished, I should be able to put some help. No problem.
Yes. For now, money is impossible for now because of the things that have been going on around the world. But we can connect each other through internet, through
We can get some grants.
so
There's a lot of people who are TIs around the world. Some of them, they are wealthy. So we just have to amplify
just
our
reach
campaign,
out.
show videos, showing pictures, bringing evidence. And then a lot of people are going to join it because there are millions of TIs.
Okay. Thank you, Junior.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes, Jet, please.
Yeah. Thanks for introducing me, Owen. I think I'm very familiar with being TI because, my mother was a TI, and that's the main reason why she immigrated to the U.S. because she was primarily a TI, and their group was being infiltrated by the military, and they were being killed one by one, and hence she left the Philippines and came here, and I think I'm a little bit familiar. And I know about the fear, and my mom she was always hiding. She lived in different places. She was separated from us because, she was essentially being followed. She was gunned down. Unfortunately, she did not get hit by the bullet. But anyways, as a filmmaker, this is a really interesting subject for me. I think, and this is my filmmaking mind working, because like I said, I think it was already mentioned in the chat is that um, when you individually talk to your friends about this, your family, some of them don't believe you. And I think you're on the right track. You wanna build evidence that this is happening. And as a filmmaker, that rings a bell to me because as a filmmaker, we want to try to make sense of things, and one of the ways to do that is actually to find the commonalities of what's happening between all of you. And if someone could if there's a researcher in the group, if maybe we could compile all our experiences, maybe in writing or maybe in question form, if someone could come up with questions and everyone could supply them. I don't know, maybe the questions could be, what are you going through, how this started, what do you think is happening, and maybe if we have a written form, we can sort of see we're all
meet you next week. I'm telling you, this is real. I'm gonna meet you next week.
I have no doubt, Junior, it is real. All I'm just suggesting is, we make a document for everybody, sort of like a survey. And sort of in that survey, we could sort of see what are the commonalities that are happening in each of you. And that could be a good starting point,
Yes.
to sort of build this evidence for everyone. And, so then we have things in writing and sort of show to the world that this is what's happening and these are the commonalities. And these are the things we think, is happening, and things that we could point to why this is happening to us and to everyone individually. That's just my suggestion. And, that's also very good for me as a filmmaker to sort of follow and sort of synthesize what could we be saying in this film and what this film could be about and what are we fighting for and what are we pushing for, our in terms of messaging. But that's just my suggestion.
That's really awesome suggestion, Jet, and I agree. We need to compile it in writing, and I will make a step forward to that one, and I will take note on that, and definitely I will do that and spread the whole question to our group members, and I will make a follow up with you on that one. Ask your advice on how, if there's any format that needs to be.
I think you were on the right track early on when you asked everyone, what happened to you? How did it start? When did it start? And what do you think, who started it? And who do you think is in this? Who is doing this for you? So those questions are actually really great. And, you can even iterate on that and, ask more questions. And, when you will see, it's amazing once these questions are answered by everyone and you will see all the commonalities. It would be really interesting because it will lead you into something even, more new and more, something that you can discover.
Oh yeah,
as a group.
Definitely. So thank you, Jeff, for your input. And let me see. I'm trying to. So there's cinnamon again. Okay, give me a second. So with that said, I reached out to one of the activists in New York. Her name is Marisa Torres. She's a longtime activist and she's a humanitarian. She does humanitarian services in the Philippines. And I reached out to her and asked her if she could be an ally to targeted individuals. So,
Owen, yes, please, because in the Philippines, when we go to the Philippines as TIC, this is a global program. Huh? Wherever you go, you'll be gang stalked, you will be hit with some weapons, all right? So if the Filipinos are aware, it's really difficult in the Philippines because they can be really also ruthless there, the gang stalkers there.
Yes, it is.
So,
and
yes, please.
Yes,
that is a good idea.
And I'm also reaching out to a group of Filipino TIs all over the world, and we have this group chat, and I've been asking them to join our group in Facebook, and they're very busy at times, but I talk to them, some of them, and Alvin Estebar is one of them.
Yeah.
So he that's why I made a poster about Alvin, and he's been V2K'd since birth, since he was a child, and I was so shocked about his story. and he seems very ordinary. He thinks straight, he talks straight, and he works in China as a an airport security.
Wow.
So
What?
yeah, and I had a video chat with him, and he shared his story, and he's part of the group now. So it's just different times, so he can't attend the Zoom meeting. So and thank you, Pam, and hopefully we could solidify the UK chapter in forming this one. So I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys what I have compiled so far. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for an update, for a quick update, this is the organization that is helping us, being affiliated with them, and I'm talking to their leader, who is Marisa. So this is Marisa Torres, and I've been chatting with her for a while, and she's from New York, she's from Queens. And she's a hardcore activist, like hardcore. Like she doesn't back down. So, and I'm really happy that she gave us permission to post in her group. Also, we already have an Eventbrite account. So this is our Eventbrite account. I can create events when the time is right. We have a GoFundMe page. I haven't started any GoFundMe page yet, so because every time I click start a new fundraiser, it tells me if what nonprofit organization I will link the fundraiser. So we don't have that yet. So that's why we're trying to apply as a nonprofit organization, and I will try to research about it, and we'll see what we could gather. This is our site.
I'm gonna still help you research that as well.
Yes, Sabrina, and definitely I will send you some links as well, whatever I found, and we'll work on it together. Also, this is our site. We have few visitors already. We have 37 visits on our site, which is good. We have 25 unique visitors, which is a good progress for a span of few days. So I'm really excited about this. We're making waves. This is our YouTube channel. I'll be uploading our Zoom meetings. That's why I'm trying to record.
You have to do that.
Yes.
Because we have to start sharing. You upload that on YouTube, and then we have to start sharing it with other people.
Yes, and this is a very fast way to share information and get all other people to be updated, to catch up, because those Zoom meetings are really important. And we have our Twitter. And I got few retweets. People start following our Twitter page, and I've been I'm trying to tag AOC. I'm trying to tag Bernie Sanders, Ilhan Omar. These are representatives and senators in the U.S. that will definitely open their ears. So I've been tagging them with their posts, and hopefully they will respond. Hopefully. I haven't got any response yet, but I'll keep on doing it. So that's our Twitter. If you want to tag our Twitter, if you want to tweet, it's @RealTargeted. Okay, that's our Twitter.
Before I actually message President Trump,
Yep, do it, Pam.
I did that.
Yes.
No, really, of course.
Also, we have few TIs that emailed us. Okay. So there's Karen, Mary, Marianne, Rodell, Brian, Cherry. I just got a new email from Cherry, and they've been sharing their stories, and I've been giving them the links to add our group. So that's that. And also I wrote something, some other minutes of the meeting. On August 29th, it's the Targeted Individual Day, as I was informed. So I am planning an online activity on how we could celebrate August 29th. So
you guys are not gonna come to San Francisco?
Oh, I will. As soon as California opens up their border. I think California is on lockdown right now, right?
Is it? Oh.
They are on lockdown. Jet, can you confirm this one,
But
Jet?
you can still travel. People can still travel.
I will travel as soon as I'm, because right now I'm working. I'm currently working my 8-hour job online, so I'm a little bit busy with school. But I always give time for our group. So as soon as I get free from my work, then I will buy a plane ticket. I'm definitely gonna visit y'all's. So looking forward to that one. I'll definitely update you on that one. So August 29th.
So it has to happen this year, not next year, because the perpetrator, they are not sleeping. We
Yes.
have to sleep.
I agree. So with that said, August 29th, everybody, I'm organizing an online activity called I Am a Targeted Individual. So I will make some poster templates. If you wanna put your face and your story on it, I will make a different type of poster just for August 29. And this will be an online event made for all TIs that can celebrate the TI day and help spread awareness to non-TIs. So that's my purpose, to reach out to non-TIs and share your story and see who listens and see who criticizes. Okay, so you could tell if somebody criticizes your story, you know, step back a little bit. Don't force.
Ignore.
They
Ignore.
have our
Yeah.
reputation.
Also,
So many lies
yes.
about her.
And also, I suggested this one a while ago about making a documentary, and I will talk to Jethro about this and see what we can do to have our stories put out in a film. And I think we're slowly doing it now. Just needs to compile everything. And my longtime dream is to have a targeted individual conference in Las Vegas. It's our ultimate. It's our ultimate goal. It's a dream for now. Yes, it is a dream, but I'm not scared of dreaming. We have to dream. And if ever, you know, maybe in the future we could get a huge TI conference in Las Vegas. Just like if you guys heard about San Diego Comic-Con, let's have that kind of conference. And it's just my plan right now, just to bring it up. And also I'm asking information about advertising. So if you guys can reach out to any local advertising agencies in your city, in your state, reach out to them and say how much it costs to put a little advertising on your city, on your state. Because right now in Vancouver, there's a billboard ad coming from Ella F. She's also a target individual in Portland. She posted a big billboard in a train station, and it says about gang stalking, electronic harassment. So I was very excited when I saw that. Okay, it's in here in Vancouver. So also, let's set up our TI chapters all over. That's why I brought it up to Kelly and Pam. And I think Cinnamon. Hey Cinnamon, did you I saw you raise your hand. Would you like to would you like to share, Cinnamon?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I clicked by accident on it. I wanted to say about Ella Free and her billboards. She also supports others. So if you are wanting to put up billboards, she could actually pitch in. So if you contact her and tell her about your idea, she is definitely going to support you.
Yes.
Fundraising wise. That's what I know about her.
I actually contacted her in Twitter. I haven't got any replies yet, but I will try to email her, see if I can get a response.
Email is the best. If you do it by email, it's the best way.
Yes, I will. I will definitely email her.
Do you have both email addresses? She has one from her page.
Yes.
And then she has a private one.
I will visit her website and get her email, and definitely I will try to email her. And that's a good suggestion, Cinnamon. So with With that said, Cinnamon, would you like to share a little background of yourself, when it started and how you become a TI?
I can try. I mean, when did it start? It started in 2018.
Oh.
And I had a conflict. I had a conflict with a neighbor. And shortly after that conflict, like 2 weeks later, I'm getting harassed with Voice to Skull,
Oh,
getting stalking the whole program.
oh wow.
Any of you are victims of Voice to Skull?
Pamela is. Sabrina, do you have V2K?
No, not me, not me.
I have V2K in a sense. Maybe it's starting, but really it's just my ears ringing.
Yeah, but like that noise. I have a, apparently there's also B2K, that noise in your ear.
Just a ringing in my
Yeah, ringing, yeah, I have that. But no talking, no.
No talking. Occasionally
You're
I
lucky.
hear my name, that's it.
But Cinnamon,
So lucky then.
we have a fellow for Cinnamon. We have a fellow TI member. His name is Alvin Estebar, and he has V2K for a long time. So I could introduce you to him, and you guys can talk. Also, JB Rivera. She's also a member of the group. JB has serious V2K. So I've been chatting with her for a while. So
Is she Filipina?
yeah, JB is from Chicago, Illinois.
Is she from Philippines or no?
She's a Filipina, but she's a
Wow.
she's a U.S. citizen now. So I've been talking to her about V2K. I don't have V2K, but I have gang stalking and electronic torture for me.
Yeah.
So it's
And you guys are lucky. You guys are lucky if you don't have V2K, because this is a killer. I mean, I'm being really sleep deprived beyond
wow.
recognition, so I can't really function anymore at the moment.
I'm
So
so
anybody who gets
really sorry.
Really sorry to hear that, Cinnamon. For Cinnamon, do you feel any electronic harassment, electronic zapping or spasms or whatever?
well, they give me some pain in my toe, so they at least felt like a knife or something was piercing my toe.
Yeah.
They did it on a few occasions, but this was very, very seldom that they do it. So it's not direct energy attacks or something like that.
Yeah. Mine
Just
is the ankle. My ankle on my left ankle always swells up without any reason. It swells up and it's the pain circles around. It doesn't make sense why the pain travels in circles. So same as you, Cinnamon. I get hit with my ankle and sometimes I'm immobilized. I can't walk, and it's constant. So, but I learned to live with the pain, and I try my best to be positive. I try to exercise once in a while. As if I could exercise, I will. So I feel for you, man, Cinnamon. And what city, country do you live right now?
I'm in Europe and in Germany.
Oh wow. What part of what city in Germany?
It's at the west coast. It's the west side, at the border close to France.
No
awesome.
problem.
Awesome.
Even check.
I traveled to Berlin 2 years ago, and I love Berlin. So it's
It's fun.
it's an awesome country or some city. So hopefully you could join our meeting more, Cinnamon. And
I try.
yes,
I was wondering why do you want to this conference in Las Vegas? Why Las Vegas?
Oh, it's just a huge dream for me to gather all TIs in one huge conference to get to know everybody. You know, it's just a dream right now. So I just bring it up. I brought it up just to give an idea on our vision and our steps to move forward, to raise awareness to everybody, because somehow non-TIs, like your friends, your family, your social networks, every time I reach out to them, every time I talk to them, they immediately label me. They immediately label me as schizophrenic, mentally unstable, and I don't blame them. And I don't blame them, because this is very new. This concept is very new to them, and it's hard to reach out. But I'm trying. So I just like you guys, I don't have any answers. I don't have any full answers, but we will be together in this fight. That's all I can say. And I will be
We
with you guys.
overcome. We will overcome.
And I will be with you guys. So I am just sick. I'm sick and tired of all these things that's been going on, and I will fight
What about
back.
me?
And we will fight back. So
We don't deserve
Yeah,
this. This is too harsh of a whatever they're punishing us with. Maybe we did something. I don't know. I don't know what we did something wrong. But this is going on for many years now.
Many
And
years.
I'd rather go to prison. For 2 years, 3 years, spend time in prison than being in this program.
Yes.
Believe you me, I'd rather be in prison. Send me to prison.
Also-
I don't care.
yes. Also, Cinnamon, if you don't mind, would you like to reach out to other TIs in Germany? Because I've seen few German people that posted in other TI groups. So if you like to reach out and form a TI chapter, would you like to do that?
I actually tried this to reach out to some of them, but the problem is that they are widespread. There are no really locals one here in my location, and even if you reach out, most of them seem to be more isolated and not really doing any activism at all. At least I try to do activism. I try to hand out leaflets, talk to people and so on.
Oh,
but
that's
all
awesome.
in an eloquent way, so not that I go over the top. So if you tell too much, then it's already not good, and they label you like crazy or whatever because they don't understand.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
if you try to raise parallels to other things that happened in the past, then you can actually make them more open to understand what's going on.
I am so sorry. I did not know this was happening in Germany.
All over the world.
All over the world,
Especially
Junior.
Germany.
It's all over the world.
I mean, Germany, it's known, the history of Germany, the Nazis and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
It's all over the world. So
Sometimes I think Hitler is kinder than whoever is running this program. The Zionists, they're all Zionists. The Jews are running this program. They're financing it. It's not actually the taxpayers, it's the Jews. The Zionists, yeah.
I'm not sure
Rothschild,
it's-
Rockefeller,
I don't
they're the
know.
ones who finance this program. There's no doubt about it.
so
I don't know who I don't know who financed the program, but whoever does has definitely
Yeah.
access to the technology they abuse, and
What
I think it's military because
I say, so I have a question. I'm sorry not to interrupt.
Yes, Ingrid.
But so my thinking, if we don't have a reason, like one of the main things that happens when if I mention this to anyone, they'll say, "Well, why you?" And what is the purpose behind it? It's worldwide. We've already established that. If someone thinks it's the Jews or the Zionists, which I don't know who's doing it, but what would be the purpose of that? And if someone's going to say like, well, it's what is that, Agenda 21, or we're going to depopulate the world. 1 second, let me just finish. We're going to depopulate the world. There's better, quicker, more efficient ways to get rid of people than I've heard people have been TIs for 50, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, what is the purpose of having someone in a program that you want to depopulate the world with, but you've allowed them to live their entire lifespan? Like, I'm just wondering what that is. You know what I mean? Like, and I also think getting people to believe us, you have to come up with some kind of something that actually makes sense. I'm not saying that depopulation or whatever it is doesn't make sense, but not if we're going to be around for another 30. That's our lifespan. You understand what I'm saying? I guess I'm just saying, what do you guys think the real reason is behind this?
I have an answer for that, Ingrid.
Okay.
So my answer to that
And
one
answer
is
for yourself, Owen, because I think everybody has a different answer.
yes. Everybody has a different answer. So this is my point of view. I believe that we are in some type of a watch list. It's run by old money rich pockets. When I say old money rich pockets, this goes back hundreds of years ago. And because you have to think of it, why would this group of people spend this much amount of effort, spend this much amount of money to harass us? It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense at all. So this and I've been trying to understand this one. I wrote down, okay, if this is an organization, okay, I'm gonna write down organization. They must have unlimited amount of money to do this, right? Unlimited amount of money, and they're worldwide, and they have a lot of people. So which group is capable in doing this? There's no other group that comes up but only one, and that's Freemasons. No other group.
Zionist affirmations.
The CIA is only in America. FBI is only in America. There's no FBI.
Is only in the UK.
There's no FBI in China. There's no FBI in Russia. They have different ones. So for this organization to have reached all over the world, Google Freemason and Masonic lodges all over the world, and they have literally every city. They have Masonic lodges in every city, members in different cities, and they can set up something like a group, a team effort of harassment in a second, wherever you go. And I noticed this one when I was in China. I thought that going to China will stop the harassment, but no, it got worse. It got
worse. Worse there.
And I looked it up. Masonic lodges in China, boom, every city. And I was like, wow, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So what's this organization is either experimenting on us or punishing us for something. For something I don't have any answer. So
Is that anything to them?
So whoever is doing this is a very cruel program, and we need to be united. That's it. So that's my answer. So I'm not sure what you guys our answers are. So that's my point of view.
I think from my case,
The
it's
meeting
personal
is about to
vendetta.
end. I just wanted you guys to know if we get cut off. So are we meeting next Tuesday again, Owen?
Okay, yeah, so we have 3 minutes. If the meeting ends, then I will see you guys next Tuesday, Sabrina? Yes,
Okay.
next Tuesday, and we will post it on same link. We will post it on our page, Facebook page. All right, Cinnamon.
Owen, you have a Zoom now. You want to do the link?
Oh yes, I can.
Yeah, I want you to get your
Do
own
the link.
going.
Okay, I will set it up for you guys. I will set it up for you guys. Okay.
Do you want? I want to share it on my Facebook.
Okay, definitely. Definitely. So I will definitely do that. So Cinnamon, would you like to finish this off? Our
Yeah,
meeting?
I can try. No, I think in my case it's personal vendetta. I said neighbors were pissed off about something that happened. They accused me, and 2 weeks later the whole shit started. So that is what I at least believe, that my neighbors are behind my targeting. But maybe I'm fooled and someone else is it. You never know with this kind of technology.
Yeah. And-
One thing is evident, that is what I believe at least, it's everywhere. What does have to reach everywhere?
Yes.
Globally. It's the
Globally.
telecommunication systems. The telecommunication systems are everywhere.
Yeah.
So I believe that this technology, what they use is the telecommunication system.
Yes.
And it is military based. So,
It is.
and maybe the government does not even know that they abuse it, but they have access to the technology and they can abuse it for whatever they like, apparently. And
Yeah.
no oversight, nobody's checking, nobody is cross-checking what people in the military actually do with their access. That is
Mhm.
what I believe.
I agree
And
with you.
since-
I agree with you on that one. So it's the same for me. I started from, oh, maybe somebody hated me, but
Yeah.
I think they will disguise it as a front that you will think that somebody hates you, but then it's actually deeper than that. So it's like, well, one thing that I've learned, it's like Houdini magic. They will show you what's in front of you, but what's happening in the background is deeper. So everything that's happened to me right now, all I can think of is a bigger organization. So if you have that kind of mindset, you will never be scared anymore.
No, I'm not
So,
scared.
so you never had any enemies, Owen?
I never
never
have
any-
I don't have any enemies. I never have.
Neither me, except for the incident with the neighbor. I never had anything.
Mhm.
That's why what hits me, you know, there's something with a neighbor. 2 weeks later, bam, they hit you. You know what I mean?
Yep, I
So
understand.
that make
you.
the connection.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Me, I can only think of my ex-father-in-law, who's a member of a secret society. That's all I can connect it. So whatever this is, we will find and we will fight back. So our
We have
meeting.
to. We have to.
Yes. Oh,